Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. This week we're coming to you from the Marathon Civic Center in Marathon, New York, as Thunder Mountain Speedway celebrates their 2014 champions. First to the support classes and track announcer, Leon Andrus.
He had 15 top fives. Yes, he had a feature win. The driver of the Double X truck, Brandon Clapperton, got the win, but most importantly, he got that first ever track championship. How does it feel?
Great. I didn't think that would ever happen. In fact, I initially wasn't even planning on running the whole season because funds are limited. I don't have any crew help, but Bob and then Mark Wheeler made sure I had a crew every week. These guys are what actually made it possible. Without those guys, there's no way I would have been able to run all year. So those guys, I owe much to them as anybody.
Okay, and the other thing, like we said, the Empire Sport Truck basically was your brainchild. Some of these people who might be looking for a way to get into racing or changing divisions. Tell us a little bit about that Empire Sport Truck.
Well, they're basically stock, rear-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, 4 cylinders, single cam, 8-valve engines. They're fairly stock. We let them freshen the motors and stuff, but underneath the skin, they're pretty much a real low-key street stock, pure stock type of class. And this year I made out pretty well with it, with only getting 1 win all year. And I ran like 37 races total. I had 20-something top fives, and I actually ended up money ahead for the year. I had probably $1,500 or less total into the truck when I built it. It can be done for less than that. I mean, I always picked up used fuel cell, to buy a new harness, and build the roll cage myself because I had access to benders. I was a certified welder, so I trust myself to build one. But I mean, for about $150 or $200, you can have all the roll cage material and these swap meets and stuff like that. Pick up stuff there. I mean, the biggest expense is buying a truck off the road, and most of them can be bought for $400 or $500. So they're really really economical to build. They're a lot of fun to race.
Okay, I know I enjoy watching them. Hopefully it comes on stronger and better in the 2014 season, wherever you are racing the trucks. And I know there's some specials on the card. So basically, if someone wants to get in touch with you, they got a website or anything like that, they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, www.estracing.com. It's Empire Sport Trucks. Has the rules on there. They're pretty basic. I mean, they're long, but basically if it's stock, it's legal. And it's actually competitive. It's not one of these classes that, there's guys, there's obviously guys that are doing a little more than they should underneath the hood, but I swear on it, anybody can check. Everything I was running this year was 100% bone stock, unaltered. There was more room that I could have legally done to it, but the way our rules are set up with the tires, rear percentage, I was driving by guys that I've seen what they've got, and it's not up to snuff. But the way the rules are, those guys build as much motor as you want, you're not going to get the hook up. You're going to spin all the way around the track, and you can't get out of your own way. So it's, you don't have to cheat. You can run affordably and still run up front.
Okay, well, again, congratulations on your track championship. Go over and get your pictures, and if you do want to get involved, check him out on the web. That's Brandon Clapperton. And your 2014 track champion, he had 7 feature wins, 14 top fives, finished with 870 points, a commanding point advantage. The driver to number 31, Mike Morse, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mike, you were real dominant in the pure stock division. I watched a lot of those races. You had some tire issues, but you always came back out. You seemed to run the outside where a lot of people didn't want to run. You made up a lot of ground in a hurry.
Yep, scared.
They were scared or you were scared?
They're scared.
Okay, but the car was strong. You staying with a pure stock or moving up a division? What's the plan for 2015?
I don't know yet. You guys dropped them, so I don't know.
Okay. But anyway, congratulations on the 2014 track championship. Go over and get your picture. Coming up next, we'll be doing the SRP Sprints. So to do those awards, we'll be introducing Mr. Jim Clapper, who basically got this SRP Sprint group underway here.
I'd like to call up our 2014 track champion, Mr. Bill Nichols.
A great first season for the series. This was a building year, and looking forward to many years to come with this series, and hoping some other people get on board with it.
Is there anybody you'd like to thank? Any sponsors or anything like that?
Yes, I have a couple sponsors. Gary's U-Pullet sponsors me, and also Alliance Masonry is a big help. And I'd like to thank a good friend of mine, Gary Page, for helping out with the car. He's been a huge help this year with me.
Yeah, Gary's helped out a lot with everything with the series. He's one of our board members as well, and he's right there with any knowledge. He'll help you out whenever he needs it. I definitely want to say thank you to Thunder Mountain again, Brett and Leon, everyone involved, right down to the track crew, everyone, the photographers. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. Thank you for having us come, and we'll look forward to seeing you again in 2015. We'll go back to Leon.
Four-cylinder division. Winner of the division, 11 feature wins, 15 top fives, finished with 880 points. The driver of the number 77, Isaiah Forward. Okay, get a quick word here with Isaiah, your track champion. First off, congratulations. The season, you pretty much dominated down there. At one time early in the season, I believe you even switched cars with, I'm not sure if that was your dad or your uncle, but you still was able to get the job done. Pretty dominating performance.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad and my grandpa. Built me an amazing car. Just never had a DNF this season at Thunder Mountain. Just an amazing season. I got to thank FFR, Aesthetics by Donna, my whole family for all their support, my mom, my grandma, just everybody.
How many years you been racing? This your first season?
Last year was my first full season on a four-cylinder at Skyline. Won the championship there last year and did even better this year with 11 wins, 17 altogether this year. So pretty good.
So what's 2015 look like for you?
We're looking into getting a crate sportsman. Always looking for a ride if somebody had one, but we're going to try to find some money, get some sponsorships if we can, and try to get one of those. So that's about all.
Okay, well, we wish you the best of luck, and congratulations on your championship for 2014. Mr. Isaiah Forward, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is the special shows we got. It's sort of towards the middle of the year. We brought the IMCA-style modifieds aboard at the Thunder Mountain Speedway. So your 2014 IMCA modified champion. He had 9 top fives, a feature win. The driver of the number 29, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Tuttle. Okay, get a word here with Mr. Tuttle. First off, congratulations, Jason. I know you've been doing this a while. It's got to feel good to get that championship under your belt.
Yeah, I was real happy with the whole season. We had a lot of good runs this year and didn't have a whole lot of breakdowns, so.
Well, it shows that consistency is a big deal in these championships. You know, the wins certainly are nice, and they add up, but always being out there able to finish certainly goes a long way.
Yeah, it does. And had to thank my wife. She puts up with a whole lot of crap from me, and I have to thank Junior. He was up the house, setting up the car. He came to the track every week, and he pretty much did everything. All I had to do was drive, so it makes it nice. Well,
no question, but the car the way it was, you had a great season. We hope you have success in the 2015 season. I know we got a few specials on the docket for it if you're still in the IMCA modified car. But other than that, any sponsors that helped get you along there in the season?
Yeah, Gary's Barbershop in Owego, Pompelli House, and Brush and Palette over in Candor. Actually, is my boss, but.
Sorry, never hurts to mention him.
No, he put up a pretty decent amount of money, so.
Okay, well, congratulations. Your 2014 Thunder Mountain Speedway Track Champion, the IMCA Style Modifieds, Mr. Jason Tuttle, ladies and gentlemen. The Street Stock Division, very competitive division up at Thunder Mountain Speedway in 2014. But now your 2014 Thunder Mountain Speedway Track Champion in the Street Stock Division. He had 8 feature wins, 14 top fives, finished with 878 points, basically 138-point difference between first and second. Pretty dominating performance to the driver to number 73, Steven Deinhardt. That's some trophy. We get them larger than we are, I can tell you that. Well, first off, congratulations, Steven. The success you had, what do you hold that all to?
All the guys in the garage. We got, races are won and lost in the garage, and that's where you got to race.
Well, I know, though, the drivers are humble. They say that, and there's no question. That's where the homework has to be done. But there has to be a little bit of talent behind the wheel to get the job done.
And not when the guys work on the car like they do. You just got to just get it around the track.
So you're out there like a Sunday drive. You just take it out there and wheel it around.
Yeah, that's when they work on it good, I do.
Okay, well, you did have a successful season, no question about it. You seemed to, a lot of those races, as we were watching them, you seemed to be fifth, sixth, and about 4 laps to go. All of a sudden, I don't know if your foot got a little loose or something and it fell on the gas pedal, but it seemed like it came out of nowhere in a lot of those races.
Yeah, we didn't have a real good car when the track was tacky, and when it started to slick up a little bit, it always came around to us. So it fell into play for us.
So how about the sponsors? Another one of the big backbone to get those cars up there each and every week.
Yeah, I got a real big sponsor, MGH Oil Fields and Napa Right Way Auto and Deposit. They're the biggest help.
Okay, in 2015, any plans right now, or don't want to tell, or what's the scoop?
Right now, I plan on racing back at Thunder Mountain with my new Gen 2 Nitro, and we're going to go for it again.
So the Street Stock division going to try to defend your title. All you guys can hear that. So I guess what he's done, you got to step up your game, and he'll step his up, and we'll see what happens.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, congratulations, Steven.
Just want to say a quick thank you, too, when we're talking about the street stocks, to Shadowland Auto Body. They came on about the second or third week of the season, and they made for some pretty good payouts for first, second, and third throughout the year for the street stock division. I believe, Paul, there he is. Stand up. Here's a guy that did it. He did some great work for the street stocks this year. Shadowland Auto Body was our sponsor throughout the year.
The new division at Thunder Mountain Speedway, the rookie sportsman. And this guy came out of the box and was strong from the beginning to the end and moved up later on in the season. He had 10 top 10s, 15 wins. I see one. I was all screwed up here. There were 15 wins, 10 top 5s with 868 points. The 34, ladies and gentlemen, Shane Spoonhour. I know Brett got to go down a lot in Victory Lane down there. You had no problem finding. You seemed to be out there a lot, getting into Victory Lane. Well, how did the season go? I mean, your first year out there, and it just seemed to take to it like bark on a tree.
Yeah, I'd like to say I learned from the best, my uncles Billy and Chance, but I would have never got there if it wasn't for Mom and Dad helping me out, and I had Papa John's and Spoonhour Construction to help also, and Denny Decker Logging.
Well, that's no question. You got to have the sponsorship, but great guidance there to get the cars set up. I'm sure that was a big advantage that you had. They could get a little help there in setting up. Some of these guys came out there and they were cold, but I'm not sure how much more it would have had. Most of those races, you were pulling away for most of them.
Yeah, me and Uncle Chance had the car set up real good. That's about it.
Okay, so for 2015, what's your plans?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be racing in the Crate Sportsman division with the new car, and hopefully do lots of winning.
Well, there you go. So it's a good way to look at it. You're going to go out there and try to win. New division, congratulations on your rookie season. You very much dominated. Once again, Shane Spoonhour.
I got one more thing to say to Brett. We're all out of cake.
Pick me! Pick me! We don't badmouth the competition. Huh? We just beat them in price, quality, and customer service.
Hi, this is Craig Moss with KRM Foundation Repair. If you got water in the basements, cracked or flaking foundations, foundation walls that are falling in, call us for a free estimate today. We're KRM Foundation Repair. Good as any, better than some.
Bye-bye.
98.1 The Hawk, #1 for 20 in a row.
This is Jason Aldean.
Hot New Country.
This is Luke Brown.
And kiss tomorrow goodbye.
This is Charles, Dave,
and Hillary.
And we are
Lady Annabella. And I don't know why you don't take me downtown anymore.
Binghamton's Hot New Country.
This is Carrie Underwood. Every tear soaked whiskey memory blown away.
Binghamton's Hot New Country. 98.1 The Hawk.
All right, the obvious question, how does it feel to be back in the promotion business?
That's really good. We had a lot of fun this year. It's, I think it's going to be a lot better next year, but we had a lot of fun racing this year.
Were you surprised at the amount of support, the number of fans and number of teams that turned out this year?
Yeah, we had pretty good car counts. I think it'll be a lot better next year. We had real good crowds this year, though, so I think it's going to be good.
Let's talk about some of the plans in store for next year. What do you have up your sleeve?
Well, Brett will talk to you about the classes, and we got a lot of special races coming up, and it's going to be an exciting year next year.
You've been doing some work to the track. Along with the new clay at the start of the season, you've been doing some additional work to the track surface. Yeah, we changed 3 and 4, made it a lot bigger down there. It's going to be pretty much wide open around 3 and 4 now. We banked it up and stretches it out about 30 more foot down the straightaway, so it should be a lot better.
It was fun. I was different. Thunder Mountain's 3 hours from home, so a lot of people didn't think I would last the season, but I really enjoyed what I was doing. And I think, Carl's really a hands-on guy. He can get on the heavy equipment and get it done, but he's got so much going on with his workload personally that it's tough for him to handle the during-the-week stuff. And that's where it worked out well. I could do that from home. And, there were some things we did at Thunder Mountain this year that were pretty remarkable. The single highest modified car count anywhere all season, 73, happened at our Lightning on the Mountain. One of the races that was the most exciting to me personally, because it was a new thing, was the ESS race, the Empire Super Sprints being there on Labor Day weekend. That was an awesome race. Stuart Friesen and Steve Poirier, and those guys loved it. I mean, I've heard from them since that day, and they can't wait to come back next year. I think the weekly program was building up. The modifieds coming back. That obviously, you had to make your niche again. And I think the pay and the point fund that'll be distributed tonight. I mean, Brent Wilcox is getting $5,000 here tonight as the modified champion. I think that's a lot to be said for next year.
Let's talk about the classes for next year.
A little bit different program. It's going to be a 5-division weekly show. We're going to run the modifieds, the open sportsmen, crate sportsmen are coming. Obviously, you don't need to be told that's a huge division in New York State and beyond. It's growing. So we'll run those weekly. We're going to run the street stocks and the 4-cylinders, and that gives us some room to bring in other divisions. The 600 modifieds we're talking to, the SRP sprints, vintage modifieds. We've got the NY6A 600 tour from Central New York coming down. So a bunch of different things can fill in for that 6th division, and it gives us some leeway to bring in those special shows.
Okay, and of course people want to keep up over the winter before the car shows start. Let's talk about how they can stay on top of Thunder Mountain. Getting our website redone as we speak. It's thundermtnspeedway.com, and we should have an all-new one up probably by the middle of next week.
I feel great after the first season. We've had a lot of success. Our car counts were growing towards the end of the year, so I think our first season, I think it worked out really well. We raced at Thunder Mountain Speedway, which we're here tonight with them. We also raced at Skyline Raceway, Penn-Can Speedway, and we also did I-88 Speedway as well. Next year we are going to be a mixed series. We're going to have stock on gas and stock on alcohol as well, so we can open up our rules a little bit more so we can get some more drivers to race with us every week. I just want to say thank you, first of all, to Thunder Mountain for having us join their banquet here tonight and having us every week. We will be there next season with them. I also want to thank Skyline and Penn-Can and I-88 Speedway as well. I'd like to thank B107.5, Binghamton's New Country. They've been a big help with us this season. I'd also like to thank Easy Fill Propane in Bainbridge. They helped donate some prizes for the fans throughout the season as well. Okay, you can find us right on Facebook at SRP Sprints. And then we also have our own website, which is www.srpsprints.com. And you can also reach us at srpsprints@gmail.com. And my personal phone number is 607-316-0713.
And now your winner, your champion for the 2014 racing season in the Sportsman division. He also had 3 feature wins, but he had 13 top 5s. Finished with 867 points. The driver to number 34 to make it a top 2 sweep. The driver to 34, Billy Spoonhour. So Billy, Chance over there got second in the points. It's one of those days when you go down the pits and you say, whatever you do, I can do better. Is that what happened?
Not really. I knew he had a good car. I just had to spend a lot of time in the garage this summer to end up beating him. He's pretty smart at setting them up and stuff, and it was pretty hard to do.
Well, like I said, during the night, though, you got a little extra track time as you were out there with the modified, so it gave you a little extra maybe how you wanted to turn it, but I'm sure whatever you learned out there, you told them anyway.
Yeah. It definitely did help running both cars. I tried running aft, and I ran that first half of the year, and all the seat time helps. This is a really good class. There's a lot of competition in it. All these guys did a great job this year, and I had a lot of fun racing with all of them.
So 2015, going to stick around and make them beat you again, or are you going to stick to just modifieds, or what are you going to do?
No, I'm just running modified this year. 2 cars is way too much work for me.
So any sponsors you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Forky's Construction, Fabrication, Spoonhour Construction, Papa John's of Ithaca, everybody that helped out. I had a great pit crew that whenever I needed them, they were there to help me, and they did a ton of work on the car and saved me a lot of aggravation.
And that brings us to the champion in the 2014 Thunder Mountain Speedway Modified Division. He had 3 feature wins, 13 top 5s, 894 points. The driver of the number 27, Brent Wilcox, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Brent. So first off, Thunder Mountain Speedway reopened. I'm sure when you heard that, you were just jumping for joy.
When I heard it, I didn't have a ride, so I had to line something up.
Well, once you lined it up, like I said, Thunder Mountain's always treated you good. You certainly get around the oval, and I've never seen anybody in all the years I've watched her that can make that car stick on the bottom like you do.
I don't have an answer for it, but it seems to work for us pretty good.
Well, you must have an answer. You put it down, and you're just not going to give that answer up.
I'm not to anybody, so.
Well, there you go. But anyway, congratulations. It was a great season. And, of course, the people behind it, you got to give them a shout-out.
Yeah, if it wasn't for my in-laws that stepped up and gave me a car and motor, I wouldn't be here. So it's them and all the sponsors, Lake Country Construction, Raymond's Car Care, and the rest of them. It wouldn't be done without them.
I heard you talking earlier, a new car in construction for next year. What was this car you were in this year?
It's a 13 car, but I'm going to stick with the same one. Can't get a real Old Faithful, so we know what it is, and I'm going to be back with that one.
Okay, there's no question. Now, a lot of people, they like to start all over again, but pretty tough to throw away a winning combination.
Yeah, it is, and I might run a limited schedule next year. I haven't quite decided. We're going to start the year and see how it goes and go from there.
Okay, once again, your 2014 Modified Track Champion, Mr. Brent Wilcox, ladies and gentlemen.
Liam, we just want to say a quick thank you, too. We had $20,000 plus in point fund money total handed out tonight, and we want to thank the folks that are up on the wall here, American Racer, VP Racing Fuels, and we also want to thank Al Wilcox. Where are you, Al? He's around here somewhere. There he is. Al Wilcox from Trackside Products for all his support.
Well, you may think racing season is done, but it's not. And coming up this Saturday, one of the biggest races of the year. Here to tell us about it is the promoter, Brett Dale. And Brett, you're ending the season with a bang.
Yeah, it's a kind of a crazy idea. We started last year at Accord Speedway. We ran the Gobbler, and the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we kind of did it as an experiment. We didn't know if it would work, and last year we had, I think, 117 cars for 3 classes, and the sponsors really got involved. So when we were getting the track ready on Friday last year, Gary Palmer said to me, we're never doing this again, because it was 9 degrees and everything was freezing. And then when the grandstands were full on Saturday, he said, we're doing it next year, right? And it kind of turned out to be, I think we're going to make it a tradition, just like the Turkey Derby for asphalt fans. I mean, that's been around for almost 40 years, maybe more, and we're trying to make a dirt track tradition on Thanksgiving weekend. And we've got a great sponsor with Mike Soul Trailer Repair. Makes it $7,117.11 to win. A lot of bonuses, a lot of contingency awards, and since everybody's done, it's going to be a field of cars. From Danny Johnson from Rochester, New York, to Matt Jester from Milford, Delaware. We've got cars coming from everywhere because it's the only game in town. I think with the payout that we're paying, I mean, Dash for Cash, halfway. The Sportsmen are $1,500 to win this year. We've got the Pure Stock race, which is really taken off. It's a memorial race for Ron Wright, who was a big supporter of the street stocks. That's gotten to be unbelievable. We just got some more sponsors today for that. And one of the things about the Accord Pure Stocks is they are pure stocks. They're a little different than the Southern Tier. So for them to be able to race for almost $1,000 to win is pretty unbelievable. And we've got the Slingshots involved this year, thanks to Rich Tobias, and that class has been huge at Accord this year. I mean, they had 30 cars most Friday nights, so it's a good deal for them too.